Okay, so what are my expectations for the discussion board? The minimum, it's in the syllabus. You have to, during the 2-week discussion board, post at least 3 times, and those 3 posts have to have a total of at least 500 words. That's not 3 posts of 500 words each, it's total. That's really not very much participation. But remember, that's just minimum to pass. You're not going to get an A or a B on the discussion board by doing just 3 posts and just 500 words. I'd like to see you participate a lot more than that. So what do I want to see for a good grade on this? Well, if we're talking get an A on the discussion board, you're going to need to do a little bit more work. You're required to make your first post during the first week of the 2-week open period. That's your original post, and you need to include primary source material in it. You need to include your own observations in it. You should tell some of the story that you get from the text in that post. And that's going to be a blind post. You're not going to be able to see anybody else's work until you've made your first post. You need to do that post by Sunday at the end of the first week of that 2-week period. After that, the board will be open to you. And for the remainder of the second week, all the way through till that Monday when the board closes, you should post as many times as you can. You can post to other people's posts. You can respond to them. You can add more original posts. If you want to get an A on the discussion board, you're going to be needing to get closer to double digits. You're going to need 9 or 10 total posts. You're also going to need to post on more than just a couple of days. You're going to have to post 4 days or 5 days out of the 2-week period. And you're going to have to post early enough so that people can read your posts and respond to them. Remember, the point of the discussion board is to keep the discussion going. Now, your response posts should also include primary source material, just like your original posts did. Now, what primary sources are the words of the actual participants themselves. Sitting here with Abraham Lincoln, and he's got his Gettysburg Address, that would be a primary source. The reason we use the primary sources is to provide evidence and support for our discussions. What I've written you is a generic prompt. What you've read in the textbook is a secondary source, something that a historian has done after the fact. What I want you to do is take the secondary story, add the primary sources, and evaluate the question that I've given you. During the course of the discussion boards, you'll use the primary sources to support your original post, but you'll also use the primary sources to support your responses. You might read the primary sources that you want to answer for the question that you have, and then later go on and use primary sources that other people have used when they answered their questions. What you want to do is use the primary sources as often as possible and keep driving the discussion forward.